Ever wondered why your roses aren't as vibrant or healthy as they could be? The plight of the rose gardener. The world of rose gardening is filled with challenges, and it's not always a bed of roses. Indeed, there are several common problems that rose gardeners often face. Unwanted pests can wreak havoc on your lovely blooms, while diseases lurk around every corner, ready to strike. Then there's the issue of watering, a delicate balancing act that can make or break your rose's health. Not too much, not too little, but just the right amount is key. And let's not forget about soil quality. Poor soil can starve your roses of the nutrients they so desperately need. Understanding these problems and learning how to address them is crucial for successful rose gardening. Fear not, for we are here to guide you through it. Stay tuned as we delve into the top 5 secret tips that can transform your rose garden. The first secret lies in proper watering. Now you may think watering is simple, right? You just turn on the hose and let it flow. But watering roses is a bit more nuanced than that. Water is the lifeblood of your roses. It's what carries the nutrients from the soil to the roots and up to the leaves. Without enough water, your roses may become weak and susceptible to diseases. On the other hand, too much water can lead to root rot and other problems. The key here is balance. So, when is the best time to water your roses, you ask? Early morning is the golden hour. This allows the water to soak into the ground before the heat of the day evaporates it. Not to mention, it gives the leaves time to dry, which helps prevent fungal diseases. Now let's talk about the correct way to water roses. You might be tempted to use a sprinkler or a hose to water the whole plant, but this can be a mistake. Watering the leaves can create a damp environment where fungal diseases thrive. Instead, aim your watering can or hose at the base of the plant, focusing on the roots. Some people water their roses daily, thinking that more is better. But roses don't need daily watering. They need thorough deep watering a few times a week. This encourages the roots to grow deeper, making the plant more resilient and better able to handle dry spells. Another common mistake is inconsistent watering. If you water thoroughly one week, then forget the next, your roses will suffer. Consistency is key. Set a schedule and stick to it. If it rains, adjust accordingly. And lastly, remember that different types of roses have different watering needs. Do a little research on your specific variety to ensure you're providing the best care possible. Remember, when it comes to watering roses, it's not about quantity, but consistency and method. Healthy roses demand healthy soil. So what's the secret here? Now we all know that roses are a bit like divas. They want the best of everything, and soil is no exception. But it's not just about having any old soil. No, roses want their soil just right. You see, soil acts as the pantry for our plant friends. It's where they get all their nutrients from. And if the pantry is empty or lacking, well, our roses can't grow to their full potential. So it's crucial to ensure the soil is rich and full of the good stuff. But how do you know if your soil is up to par? Here's where things get a bit sciencey. Roses prefer a soil pH of about 6 to 6.5. It's slightly acidic, but not too much. It's the Goldilocks of soil pHs, if you will. But don't worry, you don't need a degree in horticulture to test your soil pH. There are plenty of home testing kits available, and they're as easy as pie to use. Just follow the instructions on the packet, and you'll have your answer in no time. Now, what if your soil isn't quite hitting that 6 to 6.5 mark? Fear not. This is where compost and organic matter come in. Adding these to your soil can help adjust the pH level, and bonus, they also add more nutrients into your rose's pantry. Compost is like the multivitamin of the plant world. It's full of all the essential nutrients your roses need to grow big and strong. And organic matter, like well-rotted manure or leaf mold, helps improve the soil structure, making it easier for the roots to spread out and access those nutrients. So don't skimp on the soil. Test it, improve it, and give your roses the best chance to shine. With the right soil, your roses will not just survive, they'll thrive. Now that we've got watering and soil down, let's talk pruning. Pruning is like a spa day for your roses. It promotes healthy growth, encourages more blooms, and helps maintain the overall shape of your rose bush. So why is pruning so vital? Well, it's all about air circulation and sunlight. By removing dead or damaged wood, you're allowing more air and sunlight to reach the inner parts of the plant. This not only helps prevent diseases, but also stimulates new growth. Now, you might be wondering, when is the best time to prune? The rule of thumb is to prune in early spring, just as the buds start to swell. That's when your roses are waking up from their winter sleep and are ready for a trim. How to prune, you ask? Start at the base and work your way up. Remove any old woody stems and any branches that cross or rub against each other. Aim for an open vase-like shape, which allows air and sunlight to reach the center of the plant. And remember, it's better to under-prune than over-prune. You can always trim a bit more, but you can't stick it back on once it's cut. Now, common mistakes. Many of us are too gentle or too harsh when it comes to pruning. Remember, roses are tougher than you think, but they also need your tender, loving care. So don't be afraid to get stuck in, but also take your time and do it with love. Another common mistake is pruning at the wrong time. Remember, early spring is your window. Pruning too early can lead to frost damage, while pruning too late can stress the plant and reduce blooming. Pruning might seem intimidating, but it's a game changer for your roses. So grab your shears and give your roses the TLC they deserve. They'll thank you with beautiful, plentiful blooms. Even with the best care, pests and diseases can trouble your roses. But worry not, we've got a secret for that too. You might have noticed that pests and diseases are quite the opportunists, taking advantage of your roses when they're most vulnerable. Aphids, black spot, and powdery mildew are just a few of the usual suspects that can cause a bit of a bother. Aphids are tiny insects that love to suck the sap from your rose plants. If you see a cluster of them on your rosebuds or leaves, that's your cue to spring into action. Organic methods, such as spraying a mixture of water and mild soap, can be effective in controlling these little troublemakers. Next up, we have black spot. This fungal disease causes black spots on the leaves of your roses. It's a common issue, especially in areas with high humidity. Avoiding overhead watering and ensuring good air circulation around your roses can help prevent this disease. If it does strike, a homemade spray of 1 part milk to 2 parts water can help keep it at bay. Powdery mildew is another fungal disease that can affect your roses. It appears as a white, powdery substance on the leaves and buds. Like black spot, it thrives in humid conditions, so again, avoid overhead watering and ensure good air circulation. Baking soda mixed with water and a bit of dish soap makes a good organic spray to control this disease. Now, it's not just about reacting to pests and diseases, but also about preventing them. Keeping your roses healthy is the best defense. Regular feeding, watering, and pruning can make a world of difference. And remember, roses love the sun, so make sure they get plenty of it. So, there you have it. A quick rundown on some common rose pests and diseases, and how to tackle them organically. It's a bit of a battle, but with these tips, you're well equipped to keep your roses healthy and beautiful. Remember, prevention is always better than cure when it comes to pests and diseases. The final secret tip: choosing the right roses for your garden. It's not just about picking the prettiest bloom, it's a delicate dance of considering your climate, soil, and sunlight. Roses have their preferences. Some bask in the full sun, while others prefer a bit of shade. Some roses thrive in sandy soil, others in clay. And of course, your local climate plays a huge role. A rose that flourishes in a Mediterranean climate might struggle in a colder one, and vice versa. So, how do you navigate this? Experimentation is key. Try different varieties, see how they grow and adapt in your garden. Over time, you'll discover what works best for you and your garden. Remember, gardening is a journey, not a destination. It's a process of learning, growing, and constantly refining. Choosing the right roses can make all the difference in your garden. So there you have it. Top 5 secrets to rose gardening. We've delved into the importance of watering, the quality of soil, diligent pruning and maintenance, effective disease and pest control, and of course, selecting the right roses. Remember, patience and consistency are your best friends in this journey. It's all about nurturing nature, one rose at a time. With these tips in hand, you're well on your way to a thriving rose garden. Happy gardening!